Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Garage, guys. How is everybody doing? Holidays, we're in the middle of the holidays. Have you been eating a lot or?
Man, you know what? I haven't gone hog wild. I haven't gone crazy yet. I'm trying not to. But Christmas is, that's yet to come.
Yeah,
So
so we
I'm holding out. I'm holding out.
there is still time
No, no, and for sure, for sure.
of the episode, which related to pigging out, the one about health and that kind of stuff. I have a brother that said, man, we've been posting Spartans, because that is kind of like our logo, right? Spartans all over, and I look like a Teletubby. So
Yeah,
so we started something that is called LOS Strong. It's kind of like a challenge, accountability. Let's be accountable. So kudos to everybody that is listening to this and it's part of the challenge. Man, keep on doing,
keep it up.
keep it up. And it's important. It is important to take care of health.
It is. It is.
This episode today, it's slightly comical for me because as I walk into your garage, I say, "Oh man, that's how $8,000 looks like."
It's exactly what $8,000 looks for some, not for others. Exactly.
To the season, Christmas is here. People are thinking about getting themselves some Christmas presents, and we're gonna be talking about, man, buying your first motorcycle or upgrading your current motorcycle. And we're
That's
going to
it.
be talking about.
Yeah.
But talk to us. What happened to you this weekend at the dealership?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. So
We sending us sending me pictures on Saturday of a rock glide, wonderful looking rock glide. It was a what? It was next year or no?
No, it wasn't an SC. It was a regular. It wasn't special. It was a red light special 22 at 6,300 miles.
Really close already.
No, it was stable clutch. I wasn't too excited about that. I like the hydraulic clutch. It wasn't in 13, so there was some more added cubic inches in comparison to the 107 I had.
I have a 2-into-1.
No, it was just regular dual exhausts, run of the mill. Actually, it was quite tame, quite quiet. I think it was stopped. Yeah.
So it's money on.
Because it did have a beautiful Baja design headlights. And it had a clockworks windshield, which was okay. I wanted to say it had handlebars and separate a lapel seat. Very nice, very comfortable.
Some money on.
It had some money. It had some money, and I want to say that the price it wasn't that bad
What was it?
for a dealer. It was under. It was right about a little over 19.
How many miles?
6,300. Fairly good. It was fairly
It
good.
was a very good price.
Fairly good price. Although, and we'll get to that later on. So I go, and I was just looking, man. You know that I've been talking about. I would like to add a red light to the stable. I've got the Red King. I've got the electric light standard, which is basically a street light. And I was thinking, you know what? I could use a road light. But a wind deflection, I kind of like the performance bagger look for it, the road glide, king of the baggers, type deal. Just have some fun with it. So I see this, and of course, the guy at the dealer who was, sales guy was really nice, very, very accommodating. He was like, hey, man, he does his thing. He does his job. It's cool. Just check it out. Yada, yada, yada. I'll give you good money for your bike. We'll give it people, yeah, this is where it gets, this is why I want to give you good money for your bike. We're giving, thousands of dollars over, Kelly Blue Duke, we really want to move these bikes. So I told him right out the gate, I don't like trading in bikes. I did it once. I do not want to do it again. I regret it then and I regret it now and I don't want to. But he said, listen, man, let's just find out what you could get for your bike. So I give him all the details, bikes paid off, all the information, the 2019 electric light standard, almost 30,000 miles, yada, yada, yada. Cut to, I test ride the bike. I test ride the bike. I go for a spin. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about. It was okay,
So you got them.
Well, I ride on the bike. I did I test ride it and everything. It's all right. Because again, he said, man, listen, just test ride it. Of course.
The safety vest.
Oh, of course, man. The whole, mind you, this is what they do. This is their job. Allow them to do their job. And if you're buying, we'll go into that a little bit later. Also, do the test ride. There's nothing wrong with it. So we went for the ride, come back, boom, boom, boom. I'll give you $8,000 for your bike. We have 30,000 miles. It's got some add-ons, handlebars, pipes, radio, whatever, which that bike didn't come with the radio. $8,000. And I was like, thank you. So this must be, it's $6,000. A 2019 electric bike.
Electric bike standard with 40,000 miles.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Man, it's insult.
You know what? I take it for what it is. They're running a business and they're looking out for their interests. They're not looking out for your interests, man. You know what? That is not, they're not trying to get that. But again, like, it's a business. So I don't frown on it, man. I wanted to go through the process and I sent you the picture because I knew you would appreciate the behind headlights on the Clockworks headlight. I could care less for the Clockworks headlight, windshield. The behind headlights were attractive because I know that that's $2,000. I could care less, man. You know that I like the very small one. That one was kind of big, but I saw the bike. I liked it, but when it came down to brass tacks, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it, and I had to apply many of the tips that we're going to be sharing with you guys today on how to make a savvy decision. Being really, really grounded and not go. Because listen, the bike was beautiful. Now, if you see my bike and you can describe it, it's a black bike. I haven't blacked out the motor yet, but everything else pretty much is already blacked out. So I'm just really changing a fairing.
Yeah.
That's it. And my bike has the pipes. No. Then that you can get more out of a 107 with proper modifications. You can get it to where you need it. And I ride solo. So I'm not carrying people around. I don't need all that much more.
Before riding season, so I know my bike has it's approaching the 40,000 mile. She's right now on 9, something like that. So she's approaching the 40,000 miles, and I'm telling my wife, this is the breaker, and this is the decision time for
that 40K maintenance.
Don't either you pay for the maintenance or you trade the bike, and if you don't trade the bike, you make sure you're gonna keep it. This is when you make a decision. I'm gonna keep it. So somehow she starts looking. I don't know what it means. Is that hey, there is a 2000. It's a Milwaukee 2020, 2019, something like that.
Yeah.
Low in mile, 5,000 miles, something like that, and they're selling it for 15,000. What up? I said, hey, I don't want to lose. So, and I know the dealership that they're sending me is a dealership that I don't appreciate. That please, this is my opinions and my opinions only. But alligator out, you have to get it together, guys. You need to get it together. Really need to get together. So, man, it's just I was like, okay, I'm dragging there. I'll go there. I'll go there by myself. I don't tell any of my boys. I say, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna let you suffer through this. I'll go there. So it's like, listen, man, I'm here out of a chore more than anything else. And do this. How much you give me for my? So they say, man, we'll give you for your bike $7,000. But if you upgrade to a 2024 brand new, you get a 2024 brand new. We'll give you 12 for your bike. Now it's like
they're for 7 to begin with.
To begin with, if I'll get that bike, and if they offer 12, if I'll get a 2024, but with low payments of you ready? A monthly payment of $700 to $800. With I had to give a $5,000 down payment.
Added.
Yeah.
So it's the 12 plus the 5, 17. And you're paying $800. Was this a CBO you were looking at?
That was my question to the guy. You say, look, wrong. But that was my question to the guy.
Well, you give us 17,000.
I said, my good, I'm not getting a CBO. I said, yeah, no, that's because this is how the math, and it's just man, I don't have an $800 points credit, but I don't have a 500 points credit. I'm closer to 700 than anything. Dude, I was like, how is this? So that is the question for today because it's nerve wracking. I know you're probably riding in the audience, you're probably riding or you're interested in riding. You've been riding for a while and you have a metric bike. The club that you're trying to join, they're asking you for a Harley or American.
V-twin.
Whatever is the case, man. You're going to buy your first motorcycle or you're going to upgrade your first motorcycle. Those are two different scenarios altogether. But there's tips and things that we can do to make this experience a better one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
going to share some of those.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. We've done it, and again,
How many Harleys have you had?
this is my, these are my, I'm on my third bike, my third Harley. Yes. Yeah.
So I've been at my third Harley as well, and I have done the
I did.
new.
I did.
I have never done brand new. So
I did. I wouldn't do it again.
you wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Same here. So we're gonna.
Unless the conditions are right. Let me say like, let me say never. Never is a very strong term. I don't think I will.
Unless you guys keep
I don't know.
this like and subscribe.
Exactly.
And you
Help us. Help us support our vices.
motorcycle clubs and motorcycle ministries and help us get the new 2024 car.
That'd be awesome.
It's on you guys. So hey, let's get some tips, right? Like because
There is. And you know what? I like the way that we started on paper. It says there's nothing like your first bike. What was your first bike?
my first bike was a Honda Davidson.
You did a great job customizing that bike though. You made her into a very good looking bobber, which is very good.
It was a good looking bike. It was YouTube University. Do not listen. You can do every single customization on your bike. Do not touch the carburetor.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please don't do it, guys. It's not as easy and as that stupid guys that said this is easy. We're getting and you buy the kit that we're getting. Man, it's drops. It's literally
It is.
drops. And that changes the whole.
Yeah. Just a quarter of a turn or even half a quarter and forget about it. You're done. I had a VTX 1300. That was my first bike, big bike. I love VTX 1300, really good. I remember that I called her the pig. You remember she looked like she came straight out of Road Warrior.
Yeah, she was a Mad Max.
Mad Max. I hacked away at that rear fender, put a fat tire on her, and bro, she was awesome, man. I had so much fun.
Same here, bro. Like
It was so much time.
with all that I did in the career at the end, man. I remember the mix being pretty lean.
You know what? A lot of people like to knock on the metric bikes. I will tell you, if you have a metric bike, be proud of it, man. Those bikes will run forever and ever and ever and ever. I remember that I would not even start rig for months on end when I was living in Puerto Rico. And, you know, I wasn't able to ride or stop riding or whatever for long periods of time. And, bro, I would just, put a new battery in, some fresh gas, boom, let's go. It was bananas.
The choker on the
The
back.
track, yeah. Yeah. No, good stuff. Good stuff. So first bike, that journey on the first bikes is awesome, right?
It is, and you're learning everything. But then goes to
And then you get the bug. You get the bug. Nah, I love you, Harley. You know what? I was under the impression I never thought I always and correctly so. I said I won't get a Harley because I know it's high maintenance. I know it's a lot of money, and that's a commitment that I don't know if I'm willing to make. I did it because of the requirements of the organization. The organization required an American-made V-twin.
It's my fault.
Well, it is your fault. It is your fault, but I appreciate it. To this day, and I will always be on a Harley. I'll probably get other bikes, sure, why not? But Harley it's something else.
So listen, what is the first motorcycle that you shouldn't buy? The first Harley that you shouldn't buy?
The Harley that if you're gonna buy a Harley, don't buy it because.
Let me rephrase the question. What is the first bike you're walking? You're brand new. You're going to a Harley Davidson dealership. And this applies to Indian as well. And the salesman says, "Oh, do you have let me get you your first Harley. Which one is the one that
They're trying to get you on the Sportster, bro.
Like,
They're trying to get you on that 883. The 883, you buy it today and then you bring it back and slow. We'll give you the same amount of money.
amount of money that you pay for. Every single Harley Davidson dealership is gonna say that to you. It's not true. They're lying to you, man. They'll get you.
Well, you know what? That's their hook, right? They're trying to get you on a bike, and that is a great beginner's bike. I'm not, you know what? Let's talk about it. It is a good beginner's bike. However, you're gonna buy this bike, and within 6 months of having it, you're gonna outgrow the bike. And of course, they don't care how big you are, how heavy you are. I use the table, the hot table, at the dealership every once in a while. And do you remember that time we were there, and I'm not lying. We saw this dude. I'm telling you, I mean, bless his heart.
Let's push you up.
This guy was pushing easily. Man, bro, this dude was at least 350.
350.
350, and they put him on a Sportster. Bro, it was like a bear on a bicycle. And they tried to sell him that bike. And he tested that bike like he was going to buy it. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, there are other options. I don't know, man. I just hope that, you know, the joke was, you know, may the love that we have for our bikes be as strong as those shots. Because they were putting in the work. Again, the dealership, they're trying to do their job. Be smart. Don't let them try to, you know, get you on a bike that doesn't fit you, that really, you know, that doesn't go with you, even with your size. I mean, if you're 6 foot, whatever, you're gonna get on a bike that's appropriate to your size. And we got a story about that.
170. You ride with a crew that doesn't ride that much, that they like to do, you know, they don't like to get on the expressway. Because let me tell you something. There is a brother up in one of my brothers up in Jacksonville. He saw sometimes, actually, pretty often, he rides with us. When we ride there, it's 80 miles per hour, 90 miles per hour, right? And he has a Sportster. He keeps up with the crew. Now, Josh is 140. He's not that tall either. And that guy, he rides a Sportster like there's no tomorrow. He fifth gear, and like he's killing it.
Let me tell you
He's doing a
something.
good job on it, right? So, but the point being is,
Yeah.
if it's not the bike for you, this is just something that you need to consider. Like, Sportsters are great bike. They look awesome. And when we say Sportster, we mean Indian Scout. You know, also they look
Yeah.
awesome. But is it gonna be comfortable? Is it gonna be the bike that in 6 months are you going to still be happy with the motorcycle?
Yeah. In 6 months, are you happy with the bike, and is it serving its purpose? Now, mind you, again, there are people that I know of people that on the Sportster 803 or 1200, they have gone cross country. I salute these people because that's having heart. But truly, is it ideal? Not at all. That's why you have other bikes that are more appropriate for it. Mind you, we're not telling you not to buy that bike if you absolutely love it. Not at all.
To Guatemala. I mean, it was the south of Mexico to Guatemala. I mean, it was kind of like 3 hours ride, 4 hours ride. On a Sportster faded in a night.
And that's probably appropriate for those roads.
It was
Track roads, you know. So then the right for that area, it's fine. I mean, in Puerto Rico, you could get away with a Sportster. You could get away with a Sportster, you know.
but the comfort level.
Oh, I forgot about it. Oh no, of course. That's not going to change. That's not going to change.
Things are not.
No, nah. I mean, and again, the life of the bike. If you're going top speeds at 50 or high RPMs, yeah, that motor is gonna suffer. You know, it's gonna have more wear and tear. So those are things that you need to consider, right? So going on what you were saying, yeah, if you're going, beware of the salesman that really is just trying to get you on a bike, not the best bike for you and for your budget, right? Okay, so like like we were saying. Brand new, hey, that's awesome. Do you have the money for it? Praise God. If you don't have the money for it, and if you're not willing to pay the depreciation for these bikes, mind you, the minute these bikes are titled and registered in your name as sold, that bike already depreciated. Doesn't matter that you haven't put a mile on it. It doesn't matter that you even haven't taken it from the dealership. It's already yours. Okay. And you need to make sure that you made the right choice. Now, mind you, um, I I love the idea of buying used bikes. Now, mind you, when I say used, I'm not talking about the bike that has 100,000 miles and been to store just 20 times. You know, heavily used. That if you get it at a steal, have at it. Now, I'm talking about secondhand bikes, low miles, people that have had that they bought the bike, they love the bike, but they didn't use the bike. They fell in love with the idea of riding, but they couldn't do it for one reason or another. That's the way I picked up my first bike, the Fat Bob. The Fat Bob, when I bought it, it was a 2008, and I bought it 2019, right? 2019, give or take. So I bought the bike with 10 years. It had 2,000 miles on it. It already had pipes. It had the lowered shocks. It was good. It was very well maintained. It was very nice. It was clean. It had the fuel pack, the Benson had fuel pack. It was good. It was good. She had the big radius. I love them. To this day, that's what I use, big radius. Now, mind you, I bought that bike for, oh, the color was beautiful.
So beautiful.
$6,500. So I bought that bike for $6,500, and I was able to put like 8 or 9,000 miles on that bike. Never did really anything, any huge maintenance to it. That was a good buy.
A great,
That was a great find.
something a little newer when I bought the Dyna, and that was man, it was a different financial situation for me. I bought the bike that I could that I was able to afford at the moment, the payments that I was able to afford at the moment, and that came with 18,000 miles on a Dyna that didn't have all the accessories that you have, and I have payments on it. You bought cash. I bought a
Huge difference.
huge difference.
Huge difference.
Different because you were able to get. I remember the guy gave you two Solomon seats. Remember, two Solomon seats, and it was a pretty in mint condition. It was pretty good, but mine was different. I mean, was beat up.
But I love what you bring to the table that financial situations dictate what you can get. Now, mind you, what I would highly recommend is that you do your homework in regards to what are your resources, what do you have available, what can you afford if you're going to do payments, and if you can look for alternate sources of financing. If you go to the dealership, they will get you a payment. That's not a problem. Now, is it going to be advantageous to you as a consumer? Probably not. Now, if you have the availability to go to a credit union, please look that up. If you have a 401k, look into getting a loan on your 4K. You pay it back to yourself, right? So those are the options that could be available to you if you do your homework and you don't go to the dealership. Hey, listen, man, you don't go to the supermarket when you're hungry. What happens when you're hungry? You buy a ton of food that you're really not going to be able to eat at the end of the day. Or you're just going to pay a huge bill when you go to the cash register. The same principle applies to going to the dealership. Go to the dealership if you have the financing, if you have those ducks in a row. Now, when you talk to them, you're going to have some tools in your pocket so that you can go and get a better deal. There are other things that you can also do. So, go ahead.
But no, that's important, dude, because don't think that the dealership is your only source of financing, and don't think that they don't want to make a deal with you because you are not doing it through Harley Davidson Financial or whatever whatever is the name of the bank. Don't think that, or whatever is the name of the bank that the dealership uses, right? You can bring your own. You can bring your own check from the credit union.
That's right.
You research and bring your own check, and they will happy to sell your bike, right? Or you can do the same. You can get. Listen, right now when they come up with the 2024s, the Harley Davidson 2024, you saw a lot of people on Facebook Marketplace selling their the bike.
That's it. That's my go-to. Facebook Market.
And you can do that.
Offer
Up. So many sources nowadays. You can get if you have the finances. I mean, you can get a check from your credit union, get an appraisal on a motorcycle with the VIN number. You can go talk to the person. You get the VIN number. You go to the credit union, I said, this is the VIN number, this is the appraisal on the motorcycle, this is how much it costs, and they can lend you the money, and you can go with a cashier check to the owner and just do that transaction as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something that people do not know is that Harley Davidson now facilitates those transactions.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
You know that you can go to the
Yeah, you can do that there.
sale and facilitate transaction, and they will happily do that because they get a cut, they get dealer fees, which honestly it is not as bad as you think. You know, if you do it through Harley Davidson, because they do the appraisal and they do the validation, they do the whole shebang. They do the whole shebang for you. That legal aspect that you don't know how to do, they do it for you. They get the tag, they get the registration, they do all that for you.
Yeah.
And that is another alternative.
And it is I mean, that's another way you can go. But I really like the idea of just getting the VIN number. You take it to your credit union. You get that, and that's pretty much. So they'll do that, and also they can finance it, and you avoid those dealer fees.
You avoid the dealer fees,
which can be, that's money that you're giving the dealership really for not much.
Because in reality, when you buy a motorcycle, at least in the state of Florida, what you have to do is that you have to go to the tag agency and the registration agency and just say, hey, this is my motorcycle. I have the deed in here. I just need to register to my name, and then I need to change the tag. And that takes you in the state of Florida 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
It's
It's $75 plus the tag is, if it's a brand simple. For a motorcycle, it's close to 125, something like that. It's not that much.
No.
And you don't have to really, you can't, if you are selling your motorcycle, you can just put your own tag. So that's something that is important. Something that is important to me is do the research. And right now, we have a plethora of information on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Any other platforms, man. Sort of TikTok, but do you research on your
forums? Forums are a great source of information because on the forums, and every style of bike has them. If you've got a street glide or road glide or soft tail, whatever you have, the forums will have plenty of information on the headaches that these bikes sometimes have. Right? You're buying a new bike, you're thinking, well, it's brand new, it shouldn't have any issues. Wrong. You have a bunch of bugs, especially when a bike is brand new, 2024, like those 2020, they were having, and they still are having, multiple issues. Is that a problem that can't be solved? No, not at all. They have warranties, so they'll fix it for you. But you have to deal with those issues. If you have older bikes, there are certain quirks, certain things that each year has. If you find a bargain, take the time. Look for that information. You won't regret it. On the contrary, this might be your saving grace, and you might be avoiding yourself huge headaches.
Let me give you an example, man. Which I love my bike, but why? I have a Road Glide 2016 Ultra 103. I love how the engine sounds, but it has the lowers. Yeah, everyone says the lowers are great. Oh my god, they're awesome. No, they're not, because the lowers. This is a motorcycle that is water cooled. Yeah, no. I'm by the way, Andrea, I'm going to be honest with you.
The breaking point you got there,
dude. That's what it is. They don't cool anything. I mean, listen, I had a Dyna and she was hot. Then I went to a Milwaukee A. She wasn't as hot as the Dyna. This thing is really hot, and with the water cool and the whole thing, it's really hot. You think she's okay in winter. But in summer, for the love of God, man, I really want to keep that thing and just blow that away. Mm. And I cannot do that. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't do my research on the bike. I never asked no one, hey, man, what do you think about this? If I were to ask Julio from Mad Scientist Garage, Julio would have said to me, don't do it. Get into it. You know what I think about? And Anna, this is true, because my wife, she fell in love with La Sillita, a little seat, the tour pack. She saw the tour pack. Do you know how many times she's been with me?
I don't think you want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about that right in the podcast, because she might listen to this and it's going to trickle down.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah. It will be on Filter Garage and Filter House, because I moved here.
Exactly. Listen, you know what? It's really interesting that you say that. You mentioned do that research. I think that the other thing that you can do is also, what does the bike have that is going to create issues? And if you're looking for the comforts, right, those things that, like a better seat or this or that, you find out what is it going to cost you to retrofit and to add these to the wet where it's that's right. So for in my case, do you remember when we went to buy or we were looking, right? I was looking to change the fat bob and go to a touring bike. I remember that I was thinking, well, I want bags. That's what I need. I need a fairing, and that's pretty much it. Enter electric light standard.
Why you wanted fairing? Like in first place?
Why did I want the fairing? I wanted no, I didn't want the regular. That's why I went with the electric light standard because it was cheaper. I went to look for I was in between an electric light standard or the street glide. The electric lights, the street glide was 25, and this is 2020, and the electric glide standard was 20.
20, yeah.
That was the 2020. Now they had the 2019. They had some leftover 2019s for, I believe it was like 17 or 18, give or take. And I was like, a couple grand cheaper. The difference was one had ABS, the 2020 had ABS, one didn't. One had the 2019 didn't have ABS, 2020 had ABS, and the 20 and the street glide had the radio plus other little knickknacks. So I went with the cheapest bike because at the end of the day, I was okay with the radio. I was like, if I got a radio, fine. If I don't have a radio, it's not going to kill me. I really don't care all that much. Let's go with the cheapest thing. Can I add a radio? Yes. Can I add, better looking wheels? I can do all that. I was going to do it either way. So I did that research and that was what I went with. And I ended up, after everything was said and done, I ended up with a payment of $132 on a brand new bike. So that, for me, that was a good deal. That was a good deal.
The field, which is, and in closing the brand new bike, and this applies to brand new bikes or upgrades and whatever. The biggest lie that you can tell yourself is that I want this bike because I like what it has already, and I'm never gonna change it.
Right.
It is number.
That's a yes.
You're lying to yourself.
Segment.
Geez, like I just got a CVO, and I like the CVO. I just got a CVO. For those of you that are not Harley people, CVO is the top of the line of Harley, and people normally get the CVOs, and this is how they like to their spouse. I'm getting this because I don't have to do any upgrades.
Exactly. It comes with everything done.
Everything done and everything that I need that I also want. You're lying. Oh, immediately, right away.
That's the fun of it. So let's be honest. Half of the fun of having a motorcycle is customizing it, making it yours, doing little changes. It might be small changes and big changes, but it's your bike. If you stay with the bike just like it is, right off the assembly line, you're gonna have the same bike that 1,000 other people are gonna have. The fun of the bike is to customize it. Now we've already talked about going crazy, breaking your budget, breaking your burning hairs in your pockets with craziness. So definitely what Ozzy's saying is 100% true. Stop lying to yourself. Nobody believes it. You
lying to yourself. What you said before, this is important. Budget that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't lie to yourself, but
prepare yourself. Yeah.
Yourself. Like understand that this sucker is going to be however you want to put it. Don't matter what handlebars you're going to put. So that's going to be between 700 to 1,000. Actually, if it's a street light, that is going to be close to 1,500. So what doesn't matter what bike it is, between 700 to 1,500 because you have to change cable. Budget that. You're gonna change the seat like right away.
The pipes are a must. You're gonna do that almost immediately. Yeah. If you believe it, well, that's the 1,500. Well, that's only the pipes. Then you gotta tune the bike maybe, and that's another. You gotta do the air cleaning. If you're gonna do that everything. Oh well, listen, man, we're looking at almost $2,500 perhaps, and that's going modestly, right? We're not buying. Right. You're not going crazy with the trash.
What the bike costs, and in the first year, you're going to put close to four grand. give or take.
Yeah, easily,
So
easily.
this is, we have the good looking accessories. We have the, oh, I want to put accessories in red. I want, so budget that. Think about it, and that is going to put you in a payment, right? Because people do not consider that. So let's talk about now when people wants to upgrade, right? Which is what I've been looking at. And I'm just going to give you a scenario. This is my situation. Everybody on my club have a Milwaukee A, and it has a power engine. I have a 103. Everybody have the smallest engine is a 114 with cams, and everybody their motorcycles perform better. Mind you, we don't go over 90 miles per hour because everybody goes to my speed. But 90 miles per hour, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
they're breaking your wrist.
Breaking the wrist to make it happen, right? And she's shaking. She's like, I gave you all. So I'm looking into upgrading my motorcycle, and I know it's not going to happen anytime soon. I have made the conscious decision that I'm not going to upgrade my motorcycle. So this is the question that you need to ask yourself. Why do you want to upgrade? What is the reason why? Do you want more power? Do you want more comfort? Do you want to add more? Do you want to add more?
Oh, look,
More look? What do you want? For instance, in your case, you want a different fairing. You want it. You want.
I was looking for wind deflection and stability. The street glide, right? It's not as, I want to say it's not as solid on long trips and windy roads. The fairing in the rear glide, it's the frame that's taking that blast of wind. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And I like the look of a rear glide. Don't get it twisted. I like it. But that's the main reason. It's that wind deflection. I don't have to get it. But that's why I walked away. I said, thank you.
How about reason enough?
No,
You shouldn't upgrade. Right?
I'm not against the wall. I'm not between a rock and a hard spot like you are, needing the extra power, needing.
Sir, but can I say something? That is something that is sold with $2,500, which is scam.
Your problem.
My problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, man. There's no.
On a stage 2 or stage 3 or a new bike.
Always the modifications.
The modification is way, it's more affordable. It's strategic. Cash flow is better than jumping into a new bike. So this is the kind of stuff that we need to ask ourselves. Okay, if I need more power, there is a solution for that. If I need, if your motorcycle is really dying, and then you should upgrade. That's if she's really not capable. Let's say that you're moving from Honda 700 to the rest of, you need to ride long distance and whatnot. That's an upgrade.
Talk about it, man. If you have an 88 or 96 and you're trying to keep up with the 103s, the 110s, the 107s, man, you're riding at certain paces will kill your bike. I can't ride this beauty. I took it to Daytona, but it was a challenge. A 5-speed, not a 6-speed. That those RPMs, they're up there. She's screaming. Of course, right? It takes a toll on your body too. However, can you do it? Can you ride this bike for 100,000 miles? Of course you can. You have to go at a certain pace. Trying to keep up with a crew, that might not be the solution, right? So those are the things that like you say, take into consideration, weigh them out, and then make a right decision financially.
So there's a lot of people that, argue with payments. For instance,
Ooh.
are you going to trade in? Are you upside down?
Oh, yeah.
If you're upside
Talk
down,
about that.
you're upside down.
Unpack that right there, bro.
If you're upside down,
Somebody did it.
which is, I can tell you that's bad my argument. I don't know your statement. I really don't know, or you see it, but I can tell you that there is a lot of people that are upside down. If you're upside down, is this the right time to trade, or should you just suck it up, buttercup for a little bit and send more payments, send more money to the payments? You really want to upgrade, because this is what my wife. She's a finance wizard. You're never not gonna have a motorcycle payment if you keep on upgrading. You're always gonna have a motorcycle payment. The day that you don't have a motorcycle payment is the day that you paid off your motorcycle and now you start saving for an upgrade. But this is different because you're not trading in a motorcycle. You're just saving, and you have two motorcycles. And when you have two motorcycles, you have the option to say, you know what? When you have your motorcycle pay off, you know what you want? Nothing. You listening, yes, you do, right? But you don't have that situation that oh
Yes, we're not hard pressed for it.
desperate.
We're not hard pressed for it. That is absolutely
There
correct.
is the best spot to negotiate when you're
Yeah.
not perfect. You know what you can do? Just leave the dealership. You don't like the number, you leave the dealership.
That's negotiating from a position of strength.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that urgency of, I cannot do what I need to do, that's the moment where you may have to bite the bullet and go, all in and say, let's do the numbers and I'll take a hit. However, how many times do you need to take a hit? Yeah, man, I can agree with if you're taking a hit once. Like they say, fool me once, I fool me twice, the shame on, and there's a lot of people in the culture that really make it a bad habit of making bad deals because they want to go with the flow, they want to go with the latest and greatest. And of course, we've seen that a lot of listen, man, I will never forget the salesman that told me, I was at the dealership. I remember I had the fat bob. I'm at the dealership looking at these bikes, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Why don't you get a new bike? 'Cause I'm looking to buy a house. I don't have a garage. My bike is in, I have a cover in it. It's in an apartment. I want to buy a house. This is, bro, you could always buy a house. Get yourself a new bike. For real. But this is what's interesting. That is the way a lot of people think. That's what they think. It's like, hey, you know what? You're right. Because they want the new bike. I wanted the house more than the new bike.
And my brother Julio, led, he goes like, "Yo, you need a truck more than what you need a."
That's right. That's right.
You're
That's right. That's right. So these are the things and listen, man, we're not telling you guys because we understand what it feels like to get a new bike, man. It is an awesome feeling, and you enjoy it so much. It really, I want, I, you know, it, I want to be careful because material things are really not the source of happiness. So the source of happiness is really something else. But we understand how good it feels. Now, mind you, we're telling you guys this and we're sharing this because we want people to make good decisions, to make good choices, to follow really good, savvy financial, because at the end of the day, anything can happen to these bikes and you're left with a wreck and a payment, and now you have to look at your family and now there's needs at the house and you can cover them. And now, listen, man, I'd rather have the desire for a new bike, but the ability to cover the needs of my family. I can deal with the desire. I wouldn't be able to deal with the inability to feed my family.
it's simple as that. You know what? What is cute? It's cute when I see people negotiating their tradings and but I got pipe. Oh, and I got this. Oh, I got this accessory. And they go and say, "Bro, are you offering me $8,000? But you know how much I got in accessories on this bike?
You got nothing.
You got nothing." Because through the Kelly Blue Book doesn't say that you have
They
a.
don't,
They don't count it.
they don't
Okay,
care.
you have a 2-to-1 on that thing.
They don't care.
Don't care you got amps on that thing. That is a blessing for the next guy that is gonna buy.
That's what, listen,
And that man, that to me, I think is the main reason why I don't because I have put so much money on there for my motorcycle already that
little parts. If you have
I do that.
little stock parts, and when you are ready, if you are ready and you're decided, I am going to trade this bike in, strip that out, put it all back.
Give away my. I say I know what I traded. I'll keep her. I'm gonna keep her. I'll pay her off.
You burn the dirt. You did the Cortez. You did the Cortez.
Yeah, I burned the bridges. That's what I did, man. I burned the bridges. It was Alexander.
Magellan. Was it Magellan that burned his boats?
Was Alexander the Great who burned the boats and said, "We're not living here. The only way that we're gonna live here
Yeah.
is their boats." And that's what I did, man. You know what? I wanna keep her. You're absolutely right. We are part of organizations that have brothers that come in here, and it's a blessing to have such
Yeah,
simple as that.
yeah.
So, couple tips, man. You said, okay, I'm going to buy the bike. I'm ready to buy the bike. When is the best time to buy a motorcycle? Now, winter. Winter. It could be winter. We don't have winter in Miami, but it's winter. This is our best riding season. Historically, it is not the best riding season for everybody. This is when people realize, hey, you know what? I did this system of riding, and this ain't for me. And this is when people are just returning the motorcycles, and they're just they're prepping for, they're either getting a snowmobile, or they want to get a four wheeler, ATV, whatever the case, man. This is a good time right now for you to buy a motorcycle.
Listen, it's important. Listen, if you're looking for bikes, check, scour the sites, the internet, Facebook Market. You will find bargains all the time. And something that I do not, I don't want people to think, oh man, this dude he's a dirtbag, man. He's taking advantage of other people's misfortune. But the truth is that a lot of people run into hard times and they have these payments, they have these bikes. I've seen so many bikes, people change of life, change of situation. I've got a kid now, I've got this, that, the other, whatever. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a great thing. You have a child. Now you don't have time for the toys. You got to buy a bigger car. You need to buy a minivan. You can't take the bike, Or, God forbid, I'm getting a divorce. Either I sell the bike or my wife is going to keep it. And her ex-wife, my ex-wife is gonna keep it, and now her boyfriend is gonna have a look. I'd rather burn it, right? I'd rather give it away. I'm gonna sell it for what I owe. That is where you come in and you say, I can help you. I'm gonna help each other. Let's help each other. Let's do this. What you said, yeah, hey man, who didn't earn it? You earned it. That's your bike. Now, mind you, I really like what you said. Look outside of your state if you can, if you have that availability, because my father lives up in Ohio. And in Ohio, it snows. So a lot of people buy a bike in summer or spring, and then they come to the realization that, wait a minute, I'm not going to be riding. I got to winterize this bike. Winterize this bike? I don't even have where to store it. Some people would be brave enough to put it in the house. There's that. That's good. Other people decide, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't think this was a good idea. In the year that I've had this bike, or almost a year, I put on 500 miles. I'm making payments. I got to get rid of it.
Because you know what sucks? Making payments on something that you are not using. That's
Bro, I know somebody that paid a bike off that they never used. It's to 1,263 miles. Paid off. 2008.
Do I know the bike?
Yeah, Toto's bike.
Wow.
That was a beautiful Sportster. Beautiful Sportster. Trapped the tank, trapped the fuel pump because they left fuel in it and they spared the bike. Never used it. 263 miles. And that happens. That's the story of so many people. But think about it. If you're looking to buy a bike, be patient. The tips are, the best time is when summertime, wintertime comes in, end of the month. The dealers are desperate to make a sale. That's a good time every end of the month. Every month has an end. So we have multiple opportunities. But also, scour, because, the mob flaps different ways. And sometimes the people are going to be out there with need. They've got, they need the space, kids going to college, you name it. People are going to have to sell.
Based tip, Pedro Perdomo.
Best. Thank you for this lesson.
Just right. The bike. And inspect the bike. If you're buying a used bike, I would advise you bring your mechanic. At least send pictures to your mechanic. I cannot tell you how many times I was looking for a bike and I sent a picture to Julito, and Julito will say, "Eso porquería." Like that's trash. That's trash. Don't buy it. Don't even. I mean, walk away. Look at. I can see the rust. And if you cannot bring your mechanic and you don't have a mechanic, bring someone that is kind of mentoring you into the motorcycle culture. Bring someone that knows a little bit more than you, because that person, and listen to them. Please do listen to them. They have, we all have our preferences, but at the end of the day, a brother that rides motorcycle is going to be the one that is going to be more interested on you buying the motorcycle and the right one, because he knows the amount of joy that you're gonna have.
Right. And but again, right, what you were saying is super important. Be mindful of the fact that when you want something, you will look at it with a different set of eyes. What Ozzy is saying is so important, because you bring somebody that's objective, that really doesn't have any skin in the game. They're not buying the bike. So they can see that this bike is a bucket of rust. They can see that the bike is the things that you will overlook. You will look and you'll say, no, they're good. I can see that it's good. It's a great buy because you're looking at the price and your desire for this bike is it's overriding all the other things that if you didn't have this love for the bike and not even love, but just really deep interest, you would look at it, it's like, nah, man, I need to put tires, I need to do a whole tune up. And you're looking at tires alone, it's money, right? It's added expenses, and your pal, your brother, is gonna say, man, let's get something else, bro.
Do you remember when we were looking bikes for Mike Lucente and we were looking bikes and he wanted something tall and we were looking bike for short people?
What?
We were just in every single dealership we were looking for because he gave us this is the budget. This is what I'm looking. And right now I have a brother. He's a supporter. He's up in Montana and he's trying to buy a new bike. And he has a $10,000 beautiful budget for a first Harley. He has
10 G's. That's not bad. 10 G's, not bad.
at all, man. That's a road key, whatever you want to put it. Police road key and whatever you want to put it.
Mhm.
He's up in Montana, which he has that beautiful team that he can buy a used bike in there that is at the dealership. But also he can buy it at the dealership and say, hey, I'm gonna buy it. I'll take it home on spring. They can winter after.
Nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But we that's what we do. We are objective and say, and we were telling Mike, I know you want a multistrada. You won't reach, bro.
Yeah.
It's difficult to manage that
Yeah.
when you're high. So that's important. Last tip of the day that I want to give, man. And with this, we're closing the episode. Is you're buying for the dealership. Try to negotiate deals on your purchase. Play tough, right? So extend the warranty on a used bike is important. If you're buying a
That's
used,
very good.
extend the warranty.
That's awesome.
It is pretty important. I cannot tell you how much money I saved this year in extended warranty.
And also, don't forget that if you buy cash in the street used, right, you can add extended warranty to that motorcycle, take it to the dealership, go there, pick up the bike, and you pay for that on a monthly basis. Really awesome purchase. It is a good thing to have. Doesn't matter what it is because a lot of these extended warranties don't even cover tires. My bike is paid off, and before I went to Cali, I said, you know what? If I blow this motor up or anything happens, I want to be covered with the extended warranty. And you know what? That is a great option. Even for used bikes, paid off bikes,
The engine,
the neck bearings alone.
the neck bearing salon. I did the all the valves. Bro, I did.
There you go. Yeah.
It's a good deal.
And $50 is that's a deductible. $50.
Yeah, that was good.
Bro, you can't get any better than that.
Hey guys, if you have any questions, man, if you have a particular question and and you're trying to get a new motorcycle or anything like that, reach out to us. Put it in the comments. Put it on. You'll see it on YouTube. You see it in your podcast. Send us a comment. I mean, we're not experts. We're here to help you.
We've learned the hard way.
Yeah, we know the don'ts. You figure out the do, right? So we give you the don'ts. You figure out the do's. And if you're getting a new motorcycle, man, I would love to see it.
Well, send us pictures.
Send us picture. And if we can do wrong, if you send a picture of a new motorcycle or something like that, I promise you, we promise you, we're gonna be praying for that motorcycle. We're gonna send you out.
Yeah, we'll send you. Yeah.
Let's
Well, yeah, for sure.
we do that. We
Yeah.
do that. And we celebrate it. And I hope you have a pretty awesome experience buying your motorcycle.
Yeah. One last thing before we close it out. Proverbs 21:5. I love this. Says the plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. So there you go. Plan, budget, do the numbers. Be smart, fam. Don't make this beautiful experience of owning a bike be a cross to bear, a cross to carry, and a reason for strife and fights at the home. He knows what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. This can, yeah.
Can get hairy. Can get hairy. Can get hairy really quick. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for joining.
And talk to you guys soon.
Like and share.
Like and share.
Peace out.
Bye.
That was a fun episode.